for Dixie Belle Paint Company. I come live with you guys every Wednesday at 10 a.m. to do some fun painting tutorials. And today I have this super cute, let me see if I can get this in the camera angle. I have this super cute little jewelry armoire. I tend to do a lot of these during the holidays. They make great gifts for people. And they're just really fun to do. When you have a little piece of furniture like this, you can like really pack in all of the oomph and all of the fun things. So what I have painted this in this silk line in Oyster, which is this perfect like creamy gray white. It's really beautiful. And so this is how she looks. I'm just gonna kind of back her up. That's what she's looking like right now. I painted the entire thing in Oyster. Hi, Patty, good morning. And I haven't painted one of these in a long time. And good morning, Nate, how are you? Thank you for watching from Ohio. I bet it's really cold there. I'm freezing in my shop right now. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my little fireplace going next to me because it's literally like 2 inches away from me, but it is really cold in here. So anyways, she was painted in Oyster and I will be demonstrating how to use the Gilded Age transfer, which is really fun. I like this transfer because I chose this transfer because it has a lot of small parts to it, so I could put some of the design on the drawers, and I like to do the bigger part on the top and kind of have it cascading down the sides just to make it really fun. Like I said, jewelry armoires are just a lot of fun to do. They're just fun. Hey, Donna, how are you? Thanks for watching. Patty, I know you do a lot of jewelry armoires. Oh my gosh, 22 this morning. I think it got down to the low of 29 last night here, which I'm sorry. And in North Carolina, that is not okay. It is cold. I feel like my nose is cold, my fingers are cold. I've been working here in the shop this morning. Just finishing up a few pieces to go into, I expanded into a new booth space. So I have to get a lot of things done. Hey, Stephanie, good morning, good morning. I'm so glad you guys are here today. Again, just as you guys are popping on, this was painted in Oyster. I will be demonstrating how to do stripes, how to tape your stripes so that when you take your tape off, it doesn't peel off your paint. And I also will be demonstrating that in the beautiful Moonshine Metallic in Steel Magnolia. I haven't used this in a long time. I haven't done a jewelry box in a long time. I've been so consumed with large furniture, but I really love these guys. They're super fun to do. I have one more upstairs. I like to hoard them. Usually I have like 5 or 6 on hand, but I'm actually down to just one more after this guy. So I'm working on, of course you are. You're like the jewelry box queen. So after I'm done with this, I have a giant buffet I'm gonna be doing. She's sitting back there. She's a giant Jacobine, and then I have this like crazy dresser that I'll be doing as well. So lots and lots and lots of things. So again, we're gonna be using the Gilded Age transfer. I'm gonna slide that right over there, and we're gonna be painting. I'm gonna show you guys, I taped this side already so that you didn't have to watch me tape all of it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how I tape my pieces off when I am painting the sides. So I like to use low tack tape. You can use whatever brand you want. I like the purple one because it's thinner and it gives me, I know that I don't have to worry about measuring because I know it's gonna give me the perfect amount of stripes on the sides. So I tend to use, and this is just the 3M low tack tape. All right, and then what I do is I rip off little pieces just like that, okay? So those are my spacer pieces. So I'm going to grab a piece of my tape and we are gonna measure out about how long. I overlap a little bit because I like to wrap it up at the top and the bottom. We're going to tear it. And now it's pretty sticky still, so what I like to do is I de-tack it some. Why do we need oh my goodness, you're silly. So what I like to do is I will de-tack it. So I will take it on my pant leg and I will just apply it there and then pull it off. So now it obviously has a little bit of lint on it, but it's less sticky, okay? I don't need it to stick like holding things on there. I just need it to be able to make sure that the paint doesn't get underneath there. I paint very thinly so it doesn't bleed through. Are you doing stripes in Steel Magnolia? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Steel Magnolia. And then I'm just gonna grab this guy and wrap it on the bottom and we're just gonna push it down. And what I like to do is on the side that I know my paint is gonna go, I'll just take my finger and rub up and down to make sure there's no air bubbles, there's no creases. And then I'm gonna take, I already de-tacked these because I use them on the other side, and I'm going to put my spacer right here as tight as I can get it to my piece. It doesn't have to be perfect. No one's measuring, and if they are, good luck, because it's gonna be off. I never measure anything. This is as close to measuring as I get. All right, and then we're gonna take this little guy and put this right here at the bottom. All right. My hands are cold, sorry guys. They don't like to work well when they are freezing. All right. And now we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna repeat this process over and over. Mix a little pearlescent glaze with it. Ooh, that's a good idea. Where is it? Hold that thought. Patty, you're a genius. I had it right there. It's gonna be so shiny. Okay, so now, squirrel. So now we're gonna grab another piece of tape. We're gonna measure down. Again, I just kind of eyeball it. I like it to overlap on the top and the bottom. We're gonna detack it. You don't have to detack it. This is just what I do. This is what works for me. This ensures, because there's nothing worse than peeling it off and there's the paint that comes off with it. Even no, because this isn't real wood. I call this plastic wood because it's literally like, it's MDF with a sticker on it. It's not real wood. And so I love it when I paint these guys and people get very upset with me and I'm like, it's not real wood, I promise you. It just isn't. So even though that I have slick sticked this guy and put 3 coats of paint on it, sometimes things happen. So you just want to ensure it to have the best adhesion on there. All right, so this is where I'm going back down. Take my stinker, come back down, line her up, and then I'm gonna just take my hand and, of course this one will stick. Don't mind me, I'm upside down. Come on. This little piece of tape, there we go. I got stuck between the 2 pieces. So I'm gonna take my thumb and rub one side, take my thumb and rub the other side. Now, if I was painting this, I'm doing very light color on here, but if I was doing this and like, say I was doing paint stripes, right? Like a dark purple or green or whatever, what you can do is you would take the original color that you have on here and you're very thinly, you're gonna paint a barrier on each side of your tape. So that way, if there is any bleed through, it's gonna be the color that's already there, so you won't see it. And then you can go over it with a darker color. I did a couple of chairs using rose transfers and reupholstered them with drop cloth. I think I'll put green sack stripes on them. Ooh, that sounds really cool. I like that. All right, again, so you guys bearing with me today, thank you. I'm just gonna apply that right there. And then I'm gonna do, and this moves really quickly if you're not blabbing like I do. So I'm just gonna stick that down right there and then just rub it over. And then again, we're gonna grab our tape. We're gonna measure about the length that we need. And I'm going to just put her on my sweatpants. Come right up to that tape, apply it to the top. Come down to the bottom, and I will hold right here and pull a little bit. Take that off so I don't run into what I just ran into, or it sticks to itself. Apply it to the bottom, and then I'm gonna take my thumb again and rub down one side and rub down the other. See, it's very simple. It goes really fast. We got about 3 more stripes to go, and then we're done. You could stripe the drawers too if you wanted to. That's a fun idea. I just really wanted to do the transfers on them because I thought that would be really pretty. The worst part of stripes is the taping. They're not too bad. These little guys don't bother me so much, but if I'm doing like a big dresser or something, I used to do more of that. But some of the tedious stuff, like, well, I say tedious stuff, but I will sit there and like obsess over something for hours, making sure that everything is perfect on my pieces. All right, so there's that. Come on. Having nails helps sometimes. All right, and then we're gonna grab it tight and we're gonna pull that down. Stick it with our thumb, pull that other piece up, and then push. All right, and then I'm just gonna grab my finger down each side, no air bubbles, no creases. Wrap that guy around, and then this is our last stripe. See, it didn't take very long. Not very hard. You just have to, why do I keep doing that? I keep tucking it underneath and I don't want to do that. There we go. So we're gonna grab our last stripe and then we will get to painting. Good morning, Pete. How are you today? I haven't done them yet. Patty thought to drop cloth would work well. Ooh, nice. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you very much. All right, and then this is our last little stripey stripe. Put that down, grab my tape, pull it tight. That is the trick to make sure that you don't get any of those little creases or bubbles underneath it. Take your tape off and then push, and then I'm gonna wrap it underneath, which is why I allow for extra. Sometimes I'll do some stenciling in here, which is a little fun pop surprise, or I'll do a different color in there. This one I'm keeping very simple, just for the sheer fact that, for time. All right, so now that this one is done, I am going to turn her over to the other side that I've already done. Not that that matters, but you can see that I've done both sides, okay? Both sides are taped and ready to go. I'm going to be using my flat small because it gives me the perfect space for my stripes, okay? All right, Patty, thank you for the tip. That could have been so bad. I almost dumped that on my foot. All right, so how am I gonna do this? I'm like the worst. I'm like a little kid. I don't know what I'm doing ever. I have my heater next to me. So I'm gonna move this out of the way for a second. So I have my pearlescent glaze. Where's the little, I have Patty's suggestion because I'm the worst at opening jars. That one still didn't want to open. Okay, this is my little grippy thing. All right, and now I'm gonna grab my pearlescent glaze. I am going to just dump some in there. I guess I could have done it the other way around, but whatever. I'm going to put my lid back on and I'm just gonna shake it. You know, I went to go get a gallon of paint when I was painting the wall at my booth, and I really want one of those paint shaker things at my house for situations like this. This lid has seen better days. All right, there we go. Mix, 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 mix. All right. One more shake. Okay, let's see the magic. It's super shimmery. It just adds a little bit of shine. A little bit of shine. All right, so now I'm gonna take my flat small. Bring this back over here so you guys can see. I'm gonna bring you guys in super close and down. Gosh, I'm freezing. All right, so I use very little paint. I'm gonna do more than one coat of this. I'm gonna use my lid. I don't know if I wanna do solid or if I wanna do ghost stripes. Let's open this first. We're gonna open that because I don't wanna get paint on the bottom. It's just annoying. So I'm gonna turn this guy this way. That's closed enough. Close your lid. If you open the doors and the top is open, these things will Hulk smash on the ground because they don't weigh enough to hold it down, so you need to be really careful. So I'm gonna start at the bottom. And you see how thinly I'm painting that? So that's gonna take a couple coats. Again, that's all I'm doing. I'm just tapping. Oh, that's smart, Patty. A milk frother. Okay, reading you guys' comments. I'm a lid user. I need to start putting plastic wrap on them. I'm terrible. Mine are awful. All right, so now we're just gonna come back to this bottom. Again, it's very, very little paint. All right, there we go. Sometimes I don't like to start at the bottom because I feel like all your paint is down there. So I'll start in the middle. When I'm painting on top of a piece of furniture, I put my paint in the middle and then I spread it out. And then I'll come back to the edges. Because I feel like if you don't do that, sometimes it blobs up everywhere. And you see how thin I'm painting this? So this won't take very long to dry. It's gonna need a couple coats because it's very sheer. But it'll be really pretty once it does dry. All right, and again, I'm just gonna I'm not worried about brush strokes or streaks. All I'm doing is coverage right now. I'm just getting it on there. My heat gun is inside, or I would use that to dry this quicker. But I also don't like to do that because it will take the, when you're going live and you're doing these, I don't like to use my heat gun because I'm heating up the adhesive where the tape is, and you are more at risk for peeling your paint off. So I like to just let it do its thing. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna close that and let that do its thing over there. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna do the exact same thing. All right, see, I've painted the back of it. No, you can't see. I painted the back of this, the entire thing. This was that wood color. I have to get in here with the craft brush and do right in here because I did miss that. But the craft brush that I had is dirty, so it didn't happen. And you see, like, I haven't even dipped into my can of paint, and I won't either. So it's just tap, 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 very, very little. Okay, we're gonna start not at the edge. And I just work it in. The amount that I'm using gives me little risk for it bleeding underneath. Patty's great with suggestions. She's the best. I feel like I just got that on my clothes, but I did not. All right. And we're just gonna go up and down. All right, so you guys get the gist of that. I'm gonna leave these last little stripes so I have to record some content so that it has the process. Otherwise I've skipped a step and people wonder how it got there. So I paint my hinges. I use gilding wax on my hinges. I do paint my hinges first though because well, these hinges back here, I never thought about doing that. Now you're giving me more ideas. Sometimes when you open them though, the paint comes off and that drives me bananas. So I'm gonna leave those last couple, my hands are so cold, for content. So again, this is gonna dry. I'm gonna do gilding wax. Usually I take these off because I don't like them, but I'm just gonna use gilding wax over them, or you could even use your glaze that you made on there, obviously with a smaller brush because you will risk getting it everywhere. All right, so now, put this over here. Gosh, my hands are cold. We're gonna use the Gilded Age Transfer. So I'm gonna open this beautiful piece up. And it has lots of different pieces to it. I'm gonna be using the smaller pieces, and then this is gonna go on the top. So I'm gonna open her up. When you have a transfer, you wanna be sure that you read the directions in them. Each company may have a little bit different. So each transfer has your directions page on how to use your transfer properly. and it's going to come with your stick to get that beautiful guy on there. All right, and then we're gonna open this up. I know I definitely want to use, and when you're pulling it out, like I almost did, there's a wax paper between it that keeps it separated. Okay, so you wanna make sure that you don't grab it on accident, because you wanna make sure this backing paper's on here. That's what protects your transfer from sticking to everything. So I'm gonna be using this one. All right, and then let's see. It comes in 3 beautiful pages. Yes, definitely. So that's page 1. And then it has this guy. Let's see if I can get this out with being able to putting it back in here. I'm gonna open it this way so you guys can see in there. And then it has that one too. So it gives you gigantic amount of transfer to use. So again, what do I want to do? I'm gonna use these little guys just a little bit on the drawers. I think I'm gonna do that. And then we're gonna put the big one. The big one's gonna go on the top because I like to do something pretty on the top. And then we'll have the other stuff just cascading around. And sometimes I'll mix my transfers. Let me see. Ooh, I almost scratched that with scissors. That would have been bad. Sometimes I will mix them. I like those too. Those are pretty. I may do that. Let me see. Now I'm like, do you guys ever like have an idea in your head what you're gonna do? When is the next booth review of the new place? I will be up there today. Our soft open up there is December 15th. So follow me on IG, on my stories, because that's where I'm gonna post everything. So I don't know that I want to do that or not. No, okay, I'm not gonna do that. I changed my mind. It has little pieces of jewelry and stuff like that too. That would be kind of cute, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. So yeah, I'm going up there today. I have to start bringing some furniture up there. I have 3 pieces ready to go up there. This will be the 4th, and then I have a piece that I have to bring to my Cary location today. So I'm gonna be very busy. So work. No rest ever. So I'm gonna use these small. This little guy right here. And then this little guy. I'm gonna apply these, and by the time I'm done doing that, we can apply our second coat of Steel Magnolia. Yep, with my first, I'm reading you guys. Oof. Ooh. Oh no, that's not good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very, very much, Nate. I really do. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's coming along. It's coming along, I feel like. What do I want to do? This drawer is tiny, so I don't know that I want to put that on there. I'm just deciding. This is where my brain comes in handy. So I think I want to apply that like that maybe. Or do I want to do it this way? Maybe that way. I'm gonna take the drawer out so you guys can see. I don't know how I want her to go. She's so pretty. I think I want to do it like that. And then I haven't pressed it down yet, so I can change my mind if I want to. And then I think I'm gonna do that there, just so it has like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so it's gonna be really simple. Now I'm gonna press her down. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. And once you get this down, you're just gonna take your fingers and you're gonna rub it. I'm gonna cut this because it's like right here. It's gonna bother my life because it wants to be where the hardware is. All right. We're gonna apply that just right there. And then I'm gonna just press it down. I'm gonna drop the stick in my shoe. And then we're gonna lightly rub. And that's gonna help our little transfer. Well, it's gonna wanna stick. I think my hands are so cold, it's having a hard time getting on there. All right, rub, 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 rub. My garage is really cold, so that is not helping matters. Sometimes they don't like to stick as well when it is cold. This guy's giving me an issue. All right, so if you hold up and you varnish it down at the same time, burnish, I don't know the exact word. It gives it a little, all right, there we go. There she goes. And I'm just gonna hold my little piece up right here, making sure you guys can see me better. And see how it's slowly going, so you just wanna hold your piece and just rub and pull your plastic back just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of resistance, and it'll go right down. And if some of it sticks to the plastic, you just lay it right back down and you rub back over it again, and it'll lay back down again. So you just have to have patience if you're new to transfers. Sometimes they can be tricky. They can be finicky depending on your weather. Again, I work in my garage that is not regulated with my house, so sometimes the temperature change can affect them too. So you just have to have some patience, and they will work beautifully. And they make everything so pretty, and it's just a little cute, I don't know, I just like them. They're fun to use. Especially on these things, stenciling or using transfers makes everything. Makes it really pretty. And I'm just rubbing with my little stick, and I'm holding my plastic down. And then I will pull up when I'm in a new area. I'm gonna turn. Sometimes I'll use my fingernail, like just to kind of rub it down too if it's giving me a little bit of a hard time. And then again, I will just rub it down and hold, and it helps it release off that paper, plastic. There we go. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. And just like that, it's going on beautifully. So again, it may not be the funnest thing to watch in the universe, but you do need to have some patience with them. And just kind of go at your own pace. There's no rush with them. Pulled it off on accident. So now we're just gonna go back to where we were. There we go. Like I said, if that happens, you just put it back down and you just keep on rubbing. And you get all these little dotty dots looking super cute. And it also helps if you're not doing it. Like, if it was on the floor, it'd be a lot easier too. I'm working with the Allison one on a jewelry armoire. Oh, Patty, that's gonna be beautiful. I love that transfer. That transfer makes me so happy. It really does. It's a fun one. These little dots don't wanna go on. Come on, little dots. Sometimes you have to convince them that that's where they want to live. I prefer to work, if it's on a drawer, with it flat versus trying to do it up and down. It's a lot easier. When I am doing the sides, I'll lay my jewelry box down on its edge or on its side so that I can put the transfer down. That's just a little trick for me. It just makes my life a lot easier because, like I said, these transfers are absolutely gorgeous, and I want to make sure that they don't slide around. I want it to go on perfectly. This is not ideal, but it is what it is. There we go. She's looking fab. Slow and steady. I feel like the turtle in the race. Some of them I can put on really, really quickly. Other days, they go a little slower. With these really dainty ones, you just want to be really careful. All right, and then once you're done, you're gonna take your finger and just rub over it very lightly to make sure all of it has laid down. And doesn't she look pretty? So there's that one. And I'm gonna put that one up there. So that one's gonna go here, and then I'm gonna do the other one right here. My hands are freezing. So I may not get to that one right at the second, but we will come back over to our stripes. And let me open up that beautiful, I'm just gonna give it another little light shake so I can get some more in that lid. And sometimes I will paint the feet a little bit so it looks like it's wearing shoes. Super cute. Yep, that's what I do. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. They get tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. All right, so let's open this guy back up. All right, we're gonna turn this, and it's dry. Again, because I did a very thin coat. You guys can't see, I'm sorry. Just a little tap, tap. Okay, and we're gonna, and you guys can see the coverage difference already in coat 2. Coat 1 and coat 2. That's the difference. It definitely is going to need coat 3, which is okay. All right. I'm just tapping that on there. Making sure I'm not missing you guys' comments. And we're gonna come straight down and get some more of that. Come back here. And do it a little heavier than the first coat, but not much. Okay. And then just come straight up. And straight down. And then I like to do, just to avoid brush strokes, just nice long finishing strokes. You can definitely still see through this. I will apply another coat of this, and if it needs a 4th coat, that's fine until it's not translucent anymore. And by translucent, I mean, see how you can still see the color underneath there. So it's very streaky looking. Once I have another coat on here, it'll be darker, and then it probably will take 4 coats, which is fine. It is very sheer and shimmery, and it's a very liquidy product. So you just want to make sure that you do it the way that you want to do it. And if you want it sheer, you can have it sheer too. I want full coverage, and in order to get full coverage, sometimes it does take 4 coats. But I'm only doing little tiny stripes, so it's not that big of a deal. It will only take, you know, a little bit of drying time, and then it's gonna look beautiful with that transfer on it. So there we go. So there's our side. I'm gonna go back ahead and close that. And And then that's our cute little front. I'm gonna do the steel magnolia with that pearlescent glaze. Thank you, Patty, for the tip. That was a really great idea. So I'm gonna do that on here just to kind of make that look really pretty. I don't have an artisan brush near me, or I would do that now. I don't have one where I can grab one either. They're all, I need to clean my shop. I've been working so hard, so in between projects, I usually clean my shop. But I haven't been able to do that because it's been like working on 4 and 5 different things at once. So, all right, you guys. Well, here is, like I said, we used that beautiful, the gilded transfer, the gilded age transfer. And then we used the steel magnolia and we did some stripes. And then of course this is over top the silk paint and oyster. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I am absolutely freezing, so I'm gonna go back inside so I can warm back up and maybe make another cup of coffee. Thank you guys, I appreciate you watching. Catch me Thursday on the FB page at 7 p.m. and you can always find me on all of my socials at NTS Design Co. So stay tuned. I will be posting on IG stories of all my adventures today. So stay warm, you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dixie Belle, so much for having me. I greatly appreciate you, and I appreciate each and every one of you today for watching. Thank you. Bye-bye.